Hey fight fans, welcome to MMA Daily, your go-to source for the latest news, fight analyses, and exclusive interviews in mixed martial arts. Hit subscribe and join us as we step into the cage together. Starting off, Ben Askren scorches Dana White for weird personality trait amidst Francis Ngannou feud. Moving on, Alexander Volkanovski thinks UFC champion Ilia Topuria has the power to put anyone away at featherweight and lightweight. Lastly, Dana White reveals talks are ongoing for UFC event in Spain next year. UFC 310, set for December 7th, has hit a snag as Belal Muhammad has been forced to withdraw from his highly anticipated title fight against Shavkat Rakhmonov. This breaking news has sent shockwaves through the MMA community, as fans were eager to see Muhammad, a top contender, face off against Rakhmonov, known for his finishing ability. The UFC is now actively seeking a replacement to fill the void left by Muhammad. With the event rapidly approaching, all eyes are on potential fighters who could step in and take on Rakhmonov, adding another layer of excitement to an already stacked card. Former UFC star Ben Askren sees striking parallels between his past feud with Dana White and what Francis Ngannou has experienced since departing the promotion. Ngannou, who won his PFL debut earlier this month over Renan Ferreira, has been the target of White's in recent days. After the story of Ngannou's UFC departure resurfaced, White claimed he's had issues with Ngannou for years, dating back to Ngannou's first title fight against Stipe Miocic. White went as far as to say he wanted to cut Ngannou after he lost to Derek Lewis in a lackluster fight at UFC 226, but two of his associates convinced White to keep Ngannou on the roster, despite his hatred for the future heavyweight champ. Askren went through a similar roller coaster with White before signing with the UFC in 2019. For years, White attacked Askren through the media, claiming that he'd rather watch fly than watch Ben Askren fight. Askren believes White's public feuds are due to a serious personality flaw he's had since taking over the UFC reins. Dana has this part of his personality when he can't get what he wants, and in that case, he didn't offer me a contract. But there's this weird part of Dana's personality where if he can't get exactly what he wants, he starts crapping on people. And because he has a big microphone and he's generally very truthful and correct, so people just believe him, I had to deal with many years of Dana telling lies about me that were just really harmful. He had no reason or basis for doing it. It's a really big negative. I don't know why he's like that, and it doesn't really make sense given the stature and power he has for him to throw fits when he doesn't get exactly what he wants. Alexander Volkanovski thinks UFC champion Ilia Topuria has the power to put anyone away at featherweight and lightweight. Ilia is coming off back-to-back knockouts of Volkanovski and most recently Max Holloway in Saturday's UFC 308 main event in Abu Dhabi. Ilia wants a shot at lightweight champion Ilia Makhachev and is confident he can submit him. Volkanovski isn't sure about the submitting him part, but definitely won't rule out Topuria's chance of catching Makhachev on the feet. Submission? I don't see that happening. Can he knock Islam out? Of course. He can knock anyone out in them two divisions, featherweight and lightweight. I've always said, and it's going to be the same for Islam, the only way I see these guys like myself losing is getting caught. Who can catch these? It's guys like Ilia that can do that. Volkanovski has been taking time off ever since losing his featherweight title to Ilia at UFC 298 in February. He appears to have gotten UFC CEO Dana White's approval on an immediate rematch, but Ilia and his team are not keen on fighting at UFC 312 February 8 in Sydney. Both Volkanovski and Diego Lopez have openly said they would fight each other on that date for the interim title if Ilia opts against a relatively quick turnaround. UFC President Dana White has claimed that talks are ongoing for the promotion to host an event in Spain next year. As we know, Ilia Topuria is currently one of the biggest stars in mixed martial arts. Last weekend, he cemented that reputation with a knockout win over Max Holloway. He's done some great things for the UFC already, and that includes raising the profile of Spanish fighters in the promotion. Up to this point, the UFC has never actually put on an event in Spain. However, given Topuria's close ties to the country, you'd have to imagine that will be on the card sooner rather than later. During his post-UFC 308 press conference, Dana White confirmed that the wheels are in motion. It's important for me to go to Spain in 2025, so we'll figure it out. This business is star-driven, so when we have a South African, we want to get to Africa. When we have somebody from Spain, we want to get into Spain. Georgia, yes, the answer is yes. We're still trying to figure out Spain with the arena situation. But when you look at the performance that Ilia had tonight, we need to get to Spain and figure it out. If we have to go to a stadium, we will. I'd prefer not to. All the arenas were booked up, we're trying to figure it out. But if I have to go to a stadium for Ilia in Spain, we will. Thanks for tuning in to MMA Daily. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more daily MMA content. Until next time, keep fighting the good fight.